Hello, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the show. So we're going to answer some of your questions now. And the first question is, who is your favourite Neighbours character?
I thought this might have been a dig at me because I'm from New Zealand, but not Australia. But it's for you, right?
I think it is for me and
that's really...
Toby, because me and Toby growing up were a bit obsessed with Harold and Lou.
It's a strange relationship.
It's a strange relationship. So my favourite is obviously the big carp. Yeah.
I'll take the Bishop. Big Harold Bishop.
You guys?
There isn't a UK version of this show that I'm thinking of, right? You're actually talking about the Australian Neighbours.
Yeah.
Okay. I do not have a favourite character because I did not watch the show.
Toadfish.
Toady, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we've got if Toby owned a boat, what would he call it?
Well, obviously it would be called The Boat.
It would be the imaginatively titled The Boat. What about you guys? What would you call your boat?
I quite liked Cirrhosis of the River. I saw that one. I mean, it's quite bleak.
It's a little bit, yeah.
But it made me chuckle.
I don't know, I just call it like something weird. Like
I'd have a 200-foot yacht and I'd call it the Lucy after my wife who's watching. Hi, Lucy.
I'd call it the fuck tub. I
So
obviously
romantic.
wouldn't. I obviously wouldn't. Have you got a release date for the debut album?
Ooh, that's an actual question. John, have we got a release
with a
date?
question mark?
Summertime?
Summertime. There's not one that we can announce
June.
just yet.
Sometime.
Might be June, July.
Maybe June. Hopefully before
Yeah.
I go to New Zealand.
Yeah, Olivia's got to head back to New Zealand. So hopefully we'll try and get out before then. But it might be after then. So we'll see. Where can we see you live post-lockdown? So we're playing Bloomsbury Lanes on the 22nd of May, but that's actually sold out, which is great. We actually haven't announced this officially yet, but we are playing the O2 Academy Islington on June 24th, Thursday, June 24th. Tickets will be available for that very soon. And we're hoping, as venues a lot of venues are quite tentative about booking at the moment, and obviously they've got a lot to reschedule, so we'll hopefully have more dates, and we'll hopefully be outside of London as well. Hopefully be playing Jay's hometown of Bristol at some point as well. Can you tell yous why you're so opposed to living, laughing and loving from Rachel and Hamish?
When I hear that phrase, I just think of all the memes of the little wooden cutout letters, like words that people have in their bathrooms.
Yeah, it makes me think of Eat, Pray, Love, which is a bad movie and a bad saying.
But we should all be living, laughing, and loving.
We should.
Just
we
as
should.
a
Rachel
value
and Hamish,
system, I think
I'm
we should
sorry
all
if
be
we
doing
offended
that. What's the meaning behind the Wolfie song? Oh.
How much can you say?
No, it's, to be honest, a lot of the songs that I've written for the album have been about my complicated relationship with working and working in a corporate kind of area, I would say, and just kind of how that clash. Sometimes I find my values clash a little bit in that world. And there's a couple of, it can be that, and then it can mean a few other things as well. And so the line, "You're not the wolf you think you are," is kind of me thinking about how sometimes I feel in a position of leadership. You know what I mean? When you feel a little bit like maybe you have to be too aggressive in a situation.
Imposter syndrome type.
Yeah. And then also for the people that you might work with who are really difficult and challenging, and who might come across as really aggressive or mean. Actually, they're not quite as bad as they think they are. So it's kind of, it could mean a lot of things, but that's what I was thinking about when I was writing it. What made you all start pursuing music?
Jay, would you like to start?
I think it's a wonderful thing. I love consuming music. Many members of my family have played music throughout the years. So I suppose my dad, who passed away quite a few years ago, he probably was quite a big inspiration on pursuing the guitar. Also, one of my very close friends, Ed, started getting good at playing guitar, so I just tried to get better at guitar than him. So yeah, many purposes, but it's just a lovely thing to have on constantly and to be able to contribute and spend time with these lovely people. Yeah, it's really good.
Well, me and John started learning drums at the same time, and then so that was kind of part of catalyst. But I guess the song was Toto, Hold the Line, was where I first got into drums, tapping away to that. Random, but great song.
Yeah, I just wanted to like be in a band, and I don't know, like I got into sort of good, like quote unquote good music. Not like I don't subscribe to sort of like good bad music thing, but like I got into the music that I loved when I was like, I don't know, 12, 13, and I don't know, just seeing like Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day just like on stage, like just I was just like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to be that sort of, I guess, cool and have fun and all that sort of stuff. And then, I don't know, it's become a bit more about the making music that people sort of feel something for now. But it's just the best, isn't it? Everyone wants to be in a band, I think.
That's beautiful. I kind of just did music in my room alone for 10 years, and I was happy with that. Music was an extension of other creative things I was doing. So for me, it was always writing first, poetry, books, or whatever. And I think that the music in the background was another way to express myself really privately. And I just had a lot of fun experimenting with stuff. I think that's what I enjoyed the most, is just figuring out the different tools, playing lots of different instruments and working out a type of sound that I liked. And I really liked Tegan and Sarah as a teenager. That was kind of my first foray into thinking, oh, I actually want to pick up an instrument and do something. And then I really loved Grimes and the kind of stuff she did with the the way she built all of her songs. So I suppose I approached it from maybe that kind of angle. And then I got to the point where I thought I should probably start doing something with this, maybe. I wanted a different kind of challenge. And there's something really unique and special about collaborating with other people in this kind of way. The other stuff I was doing was really insular and really isolating. Like if you write a poem, you're usually on your own doing that. Whereas we get to sit down and write stuff together, and we can all bounce off each other. And, you guys have been playing together for such a long time, and you've really honed your craft. And I really felt that when I met you all, that you guys had sort of grown together and were experts. So I felt really lucky getting to join the band.
Very sweet. What's your dream festival format as a band, and why? I got like a slot and a stage, like John Peel stage, around sort of like 6-7 o'clock, when people are like just toasty enough to like really like go mental, but not so toasty that it like they'll forget us, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I've been to a few sets in the John Peel stage when bands are sort of just coming up and like they're sort of destined for like big things, and like the energy in that space is absolutely amazing. So yeah, that would be that. Sorry, that was a really douchey answer. You guys?
I sort of agree. Glastonbury would be awesome. John Peel stage might be a little bit big, maybe. But it's a good thing to aspire to. Maybe the Park, just headlining that one night.
That's big, I think. Toby?
I could have a cheeky download, but maybe not.
Probably need to add a few more heavy riffs in. We're going to play download, but that would be pretty great. And is there any?
I don't know. I feel like maybe this is the area that I'm not so clued up in. I'm not great with crowds, ironically. But
You'd be on stage. So.
yeah, that's fine. But I think Lucy and I went to this really awesome festival a couple of years ago in the Netherlands called the Best Kept Secret, and we saw Wolf Alice play there, and it was sick. It was so good. And I don't know, there was something about being outside by the water, and there was lots of different stages and lots of. He just had a really cool vibe, and we saw a lot of groups that we really liked there, and I've got really fond memories of that time. So I think if we played there, that'd be pretty cool.
What was your favourite song to write from AOB? Anna. Hi, Anna. Anna. Toby's fiance. Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure whether he's announced that yet.
Well, it's out there now.
Yeah, it's out there now.
Congrats.
My favourite song to write was... actually, does anyone have an answer here to start with? Because I need to think about it. I think Human, actually, which is the penultimate song we played tonight. I feel like that we wrote that actually pre-lockdown. It was one of the few that was actually pre-lockdown. I feel like that was the first one that kind of felt like it was like our sound collectively, as opposed to my Jay and Toby sound with Olivia singing along to it, kind of thing. And it's actually quite a happy song as well, and quite a positive song. So, and it's the first time I was like playing with synths and things like that. So, like, yeah, I think that would be mine.
Wolves come on in leaps and bounds. Is that something that John, I think, was playing forever and ever, or at least the bass line?
So I was about 15, I think. That bass line's been going around my head. And
that developed quite a lot. And when I think just before we were preparing to do the second part of the album, Olivia put some crazy vocals and crazy harmonies on top of it, and it just was like, that's amazing. And hearing that in the studio, it's just very, very good. So I think
looking forward to people hearing that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go Human. Human, I think, is probably my pick of the bunch.
I don't know, actually. And like lyrically, maybe
for time a little bit.
Maybe Snow, because it's kind of hopeful and a bit existential, and encapsulates a feeling. You know, some of the others are a little bit moody and like sad girl, moody vibe, angry. So I don't know. I feel like maybe Snow. And I had fun writing Elephant. That was a fun one.
It's those cheerful, depressing songs.
So cheerful and yet so depressing, which I like.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, yeah, it was the juxtaposition is great there, like that kind because you'll get to listen to it again when you buy the album. But yeah, the lyrics are like, it is an incredibly low part of Olivia's life, and like it's incredibly honest, but it's sort of played along to this kind of like quite jaunty kind of dirge poppy kind of vibe. So I think
it's a metaphor.
Snow like tumbled together really quick, really easily as well. It really meshed very quickly. Yeah. So
thank you, everybody,
thank
for
you,
tuning
everyone.
in.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Lots
and
of fun.
we hope to see you soon and buy the album.
Subtle.